Oh, good. Another show without sound. And there we go. Are we? Are we live? There we go.
YouTube is still pissed about Alex Jones. And look.
Are they?
Are they?
Are they? James, you know?
We aren't pissed about it.
No, definitely are not. However, what I am peed off about, Jabes, is the Indigenous Peoples Day. It's starting to become a thing. Every year, we're popping that up and, you know.
It is Columbus Day, though.
It is Columbus Day, you're right. But every single Columbus Day when I wake up, it is now Indigenous Peoples Day. And
now,
that is the trend.
Do they have the same sales, though?
They do. But it's, so you get half off feathers today and peace pipes. And Jessie, the jeweler, needs her peace pipe.
Right.
I see it off camera here.
The what?
Your jewel.
Oh, no, people can't see that.
Yeah.
My mom's stick.
Yeah. The fact that
my jewel and my rule.
You're jeweling in the morning now is now a thing.
What is this show about?
It's about Indians.
Okay.
It's about white people. It's about hope.
Sure.
It's about the Day of Rage.
Right.
As they're calling it in Portland.
Oh, the Day of Rage.
Day of Rage started last night, the Day of Rage, in preparation for Columbus Day. Portland seems fun.
Right.
Portland seems like a blast. I'd like to get a nice little Airbnb for our anniversary next week in Portland.
Gorgeous weather.
They toppled the Abraham Lincoln statue last night and Teddy Roosevelt in Portland.
What did Abe do?
So I guess honest Abe, it wasn't good enough that he freed slaves.
Okay.
So that was kind of back burner, no big deal, right? But what apparently he did do was he had 35 Indians hung in some town square in South Dakota or North Dakota or something like that. So,
well, that's not cool.
Yeah, I don't. Here's the deal. I don't know what the circumstances are.
I don't like that.
And what I do know is this: every single person on my Instagram and or Facebook this morning is magically this acclaimed historian with numerous degrees because they know everything about Christopher Columbus this day and everything that he went through and or didn't go through. Here's the deal. I'm going to go full Biden on you here. Here's the deal, Jabes. 1492 was about, I don't know, give or take 550, 70 years away, right?
Right. We don't do math really on this show, but
at all or ever, and we try to avoid it. Not my strong suits. My strong suit is pinstripe. Now, my weak suit is math. It's definitely math. But we don't really know what happened 570 years ago, and I'm not going to guess at this point. No, it's not. Yeah. No, it's 528. There it is. Boom. Nailed it. You're welcome for that math tip. I am a teacher today. I'm no longer a podcast host. I'm a teacher. I'm not going to pretend to know what went on 528 years ago. Mm-hmm. I have no idea. Mm-hmm. I didn't even know what Thanksgiving, what really went down that night. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Don't care. You know why? Because it was 500 years ago.
Sure.
So therefore, all I can control is what's in front of me now, what my generation did. I have no idea. Because if you go back in time,
sure,
all the way back, and you want to start pinning shit on white people, go back to cavemen. It's like, oh my God, they were dragging people around. They were beating people. It was crazy.
Well, to be fair, we don't have Caveman Day, but
we should.
Well, that would not work out, obviously.
What about the day that fire started? That was a real big deal, okay? We don't have hot water at our house right now. And
because we're country.
Yeah, country.
If your water gets hot and your sink doesn't smell, you ain't country.
We really don't have hot water. Trying to get people to work in Austin is, you might as well be on fucking Mars. And trying to get people. Matter of fact, I bet you Musk will get someone to Mars before you find any good form of help in Austin, Texas.
Before I get a plumber? Yeah, that's probably true.
Yep.
That's probably true.
And they just, I'll compare the workers here to the Indians and white men. They will rape and pillage here. That's it. By the time they do get here, they will charge you $50,000 for just a bathtub plug. You know?
Yeah.
And if you're out there, homeboy, and you fuck me over today on this whole sitch, I have a feeling tomorrow you're going to get a few calls from maybe 3.2, 3.3 million people, somewhere in that neighborhood. If I get fucked over today, I couldn't even shave today because I was just like, ugh. Man, that's very un-Columbus of me. I bet he shaved right after he killed 40,000 Indians.
Right,
You know,
right,
I bet he
right.
pulled out the old Bowie knife from the back of his calf and shaved himself up before he scalped some Indians. But I don't know. Either way, the indigenous peoples thing, I'm all done with. The fact that Portland is doing it, they released the mugshots from last night too for all of this. 38 people were arrested in Portland last night. Do you want to guess what their race was? Just all of them.
White?
Yeah. So, just to be clear, on Indigenous Peoples Day, or AKA Day of Rage, the people who are most pissed off about white people taking over this country's land from the Indians are actually just white people
That feel bad.
Portland who feel bad about themselves. Here's an easy solution to all those white people in Portland who are on their day of rage. If you really feel bad about taking the land away, give it up. Go home and give your house up, give your land up, pay it off. Pay off your cars. Give your lands, give your house, give all your cars to Indians. They're out there. They exist. I have seen them in Yellowstone, Jabe, so there is plenty of people out there you can give all your shit away to. If you really feel bad about your race, go home, get the deed out, and sign it over to an Indian tonight. You don't have to tear down a statue. That's not going to do anything. You tearing down a fucking Abraham Lincoln statue isn't going to do anything as a white man. Now, as a white man, if you really want to give back, give your fucking house away to an Indian today. Give your car away. Matter of fact, give your wife up. You know? All the shit that went down that they're saying that went down. Again, I wasn't there. Give your wife to an Indian today. Let her get involved in some weird shit. Take all your weed. There's a ton of weed in Portland. You guys are growing it in your fucking backyards. God bless you. I wish I could, but it's 100 today, so I can't grow that. So lucky there's anything growing right here in my backyard today. Give all your weed away to the Indians. I'm sure it's better than what they were smoking 500 years ago. Medicinal fucking weed has come a long way. So really just think about your entire life today. Look yourself in the mirror and say, man, that white guilt is really creeping up on me. Give all your shit away and then just go live. I guarantee you, if there's people still living in teepees, and I don't know, and I'm not even making fun. If so, if you live in a teepee and that's by choice, congratulations. That's fucking awesome, right? And you don't have to deal with a goddamn plumber like I have to deal with today. Or hot water. Man, matter of fact, you can take shit outside. Nobody's going to say anything to you because you live in a teepee. Give it all away. All your shit, all your worldly possessions, and then just go live in that teepee, brother. That's the way to give back at this point, you know?
Right.
Tearing down a statue in the middle of the night isn't going to do anything. Now, it's impressive because the statues looked heavy, but you're not going to get or gain anything from that. Give all your shit away to Indians. Do it right now.
Yeah.
I'll wait.
I do believe on a real note, the way people are trying to make change is a lot lazier than it used to be, right?
Yeah.
Like if we're just going to compare these people to...
These people, racist,
the white
continue.
people.
Yeah, still, same thing.
If we're going to compare these protesters to people that like made actual change, right? RBG, Martin Luther King, things like this, like the way that they enacted change was so much harder than going out and ruining things and holding a sign, right? Like that's sort of the lazy way to try and make change, because otherwise you would need to, you know, hold office, vote for something locally, really get behind a cause, go outside. You know what I mean? Really trying to make change is actually very hard. Holding up a sign, pulling down statues in the middle of the night, all of this seems like the lazy way to do it. And the way of being like, I'm trying to change things, but you actually aren't.
Yeah.
You aren't going through the actual channels that are in place for you to make change.
No.
So it doesn't feel like, I know it, it looks really great and the optics of it are fine, but it doesn't do anything.
I say this, on the day of rage, we should have the day after, like tomorrow, should be the day of s'mores, right?
Right.
Let's let the entire city of Portland fucking burn, because it's a garbage town with horrific human beings in it and a bullshit mayor. Let's have a day of s'mores after the day of rage so we can at least make some food out of that goddamn hellhole they call Portland right now.
Right.
I'm done with Portland and Seattle. Oh, man, it's great. It's not great. It's full of bullshit people. You're burning down your own businesses, tearing down everything you have with the worst fucking humans on the face of the earth. Therefore, let them all burn down. Who gives a shit? I just want to make food after it. Let's at least give back. Fucking cook up some s'mores for the homeless. Just let's gather around all the fires in the streets and at least give back to the community and have some hot dogs, some s'mores, and whatever else you feel like a light roast would be required. Like a rotisserie. If you're going to go rotisserie chicken, it can take a lot longer than that, right? Let's start with the basics. Let's start with simple things that are easy to cook. Hot dogs, s'mores, rabbit legs, things like that.
Sure.
Those are real. You don't even, you barely have to touch it, and rabbit leg's still good to go.
Yeah. Just
Really good to go.
Just a kiss of the flame.
Yeah.
And it's cooked,
Yep.
right?
I remember being a kid, though, wearing these paper hats and building the Santa Maria and the Pinta and all that shit for Columbus Day. All of that is gone now. By the time our kids hit history class, this is it, dude. It's going to be Indigenous Peoples Day. The day of rage. None of what ever happened in real life actually happened. So
Yeah.
who fucking cares? Who cares? What I'm pissed off about is if you want to have Indigenous Peoples Day, right? It's not a fucking holiday. So everybody else should be working today. Like everybody should be at work like the rest of us. Because right now it's 50-50 on it.
Right.
The kids have school off. And
Yes.
it's like, cool. If you're going to give them school off, at least tell them why. Teach them. Teach them
Right.
about Christopher Columbus and why you have the day off. Otherwise, you're just giving them a fucking day off.
Right.
You know?
Right.
So that's my whole thoughts on it's Indigenous Peoples Day. Hammer the like button right now if you're watching on YouTube. We need it. We needed it last night for Alex Jones. You guys crushed it last night. I think we had over 10,000 live watchers last night.
That show was
Magic.
insane.
I forgot that Alex Jones sat down on Jared's lap too mid-show.
And they both like Hasselhoff burgers.
Oh, dude. Just
He really delivered
down burgers
on everything that you would want him to deliver on.
Yeah.
And that's what he does. He's a pro.
Yeah. Yep. Brandon Crane saying the shadow ban is real. Live feed did not show up in my subscription and had to reload the channel every 15 minutes. It is real. And look, we talked about this numerous times, but right now, up until the election, it will be real for anyone who is relatively conservative. And good luck. That's what that is. Like we're all done with the truth and everything else.
Right.
If I saw one more poll over the weekend of Biden up by 16, no reason to vote.
Right.
No reason whatsoever to vote at all. This morning, though, I will say this: it was shocking waking up to RCB, the notorious RCB, already.
Who's RCB?
Come on, Coney Barrett.
Oh, Amy.
Oh, sorry.
Coney.
RBG. ACB,
Coney.
the notorious ACB. She's already on the Senate floor getting jammed through. That was quick.
It was quick.
She got to wear a mask this morning. If you haven't watched any of it, because right now it's just reps and bullshit people just teeing off right now, where it's just like the beauty of it is she gets to wear a mask because of COVID. So underneath, she can just be like, because all you're looking at is a set of eyes right now. The best time to be pushed through as a Supreme Court justice is right now, because they can't see your face, because you'd be so pissed off if you had to hear what she's hearing right now.
Right.
Dianne Feinstein was up first this morning. Oh, God.
Right. But it's all the same. They're all saying the same thing. It's not as incendiary as the Kavanaugh hearings, obviously, but they are all saying their piece and saying what we know they already believe, but it's in long-winded form.
Oh, yeah.
One right after the other. Like, because they know they don't have the votes. So it's like they just need to get their piece out there, say that they said it for their constituents, whatever, even though they know what the outcome is going to be, right?
Yeah, I mean, I guess you're just talking to your base and your constituents, which whenever I hear that word, all I think is like an old Southern racist, like, oh, now what I'm trying to do here is for my constituents in the districts, I'm going to get some stuff passed.
Yeah.
It invokes slavery in my mind, where you're just like, man, that's a little too much. Let's stop calling people constituents, you know?
Oh, okay.
Oh, my constituents.
It's an interesting angle, but yeah.
It's weird, right? Like they're your little slaves, your peasants. So my constituents have appointed me to make the appropriate decisions. No.
Yeah.
No, they're just people, dude. Like we're not calling people constituents, you know?
Okay. Oh, what are you calling them?
Just my district, dude. Is the people in my district, you know?
Yeah.
That's it. Like constituents is so fucking condescending to me. Whenever I hear it, I'm just like, oh Christ. Oh Christ. You know? My constituents. So all they're trying to do is get out their last speech right before November 3rd, which is 22 days away, Jabes. Can it come any faster? No, it fucking can't. And that's all it is. So she doesn't get to say anything today. She just has to listen today. Which, look, I guess as a Supreme Court justice, all you're going to be doing is listening the entire time anyways, asking little questions. So it's kind of like Hell Week for a fraternity. You have to sit there and deal with this bullshit. And you're like, yep. And then that's it. She's going to be in there for 40 years at that point. So Dianne Feinstein, who was the other one? Chuck Grassley. And then luckily they cut the feed after that. And I was like, thank God. It was on every single channel this morning. All I wanted was some Kelly and Ripa.
Right.
Or I every single time. I will never get that right. Ripa and Ryan.
Kelly and Ryan.
Yeah, whatever, man. Ripa and Ryan sounds better, doesn't it?
Yeah. Ripa Ryan.
Ripa bong. You know?
Yeah.
That's all I wanted today. By the way, I'm switching allegiances in the morning.
Okay.
I'm done with the what's the show that you watch?
Today.
Yeah. Done with the Today Show. They don't have enough shit going on, enough stuff. Whereas like Good Morning America and the other one, even that CBS Morning News, they get a bunch of guests and they're just cycling in over and over again, and I'm in it.
Right.
Today doesn't really have anything anymore.
Yeah, that's why I like it.
Really?
Yeah.
I like the
my
guests.
news and highlights of the day before, or what I need to know for the day, to be palatable for me and kind of handed over in a very calm and boring manner.
Well, so here's the thing.
That's what I need.
The others were calm and boring, and that's the thing. Like I watched this story about this kid who was 12 years old. He's a genius. This young African American child who is a genius at 12 years old, and he's from Atlanta, and he's going to go to Georgia Tech. And watching his life, he could already read at the age of 1, and they have all these videos of him, and I was like, holy shit, man.
Dang.
Kid can't do dick.
It's the polar opposite of my kid.
Yeah.
But
He's taking college courses. He's already finished 1 year of college courses at the age of 12. And I was like, this is what I don't get this on that other channel. I get a bunch of bullshit with Al Roker. Sharting his pants, dude.
Roke dog.
I
mean, it's you watch who you connect with, right? And I feel like I know them at this point because I've watched them for however many years.
Yeah.
6 years, because you only watch it when you're a mom, by the way.
Yeah.
Or a parent.
Sure.
So I've been watching it for 6 years. I feel like I know them, you know?
Yeah.
I was watching since Lauer.
Oof. Back when
I started in the Lauer days.
Yeah, back when he was boning assistants.
That fucking asshole.
Yeah, dude.
Poonhound, right?
Fingering buttholes, dude.
Just
Well,
fingering
Matt Lauer.
buttholes, dude.
Yeah.
Commenting on ladies' sweaters and fucking making everyone uncomfortable, and I still liked them.
Let's go to the weather, Britch. It looks like it's cold out there. A little nippy.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh.
Like that
Matt
sweater on
Lauer.
you.
Yeah, you do. I like those puppets inside that sweater. Who's your marionette?
Such a
Who's your marionette inside
sleazeball.
those sweater puppets?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's doing good. He's got a bunch of money and a new girlfriend, so happy for him.
Does he really?
Yeah, he's fine.
I
dude.
think he's fucking miserable, to be honest with you.
I'm
think
sure
Matt Lauer
he
is
is
miserable. He's the guy that, like, the money's great and all, and at his height, that dude was making like $22 million a year. I mean, it was a crazy amount of money.
But you know that what he liked more than the money was the
Fame.
power of all of
Correct,
it.
yeah. And going to the Olympics and getting his dick sucked in the village.
Totally, dude.
Yeah, that's all gone now.
Yeah.
So now he's sitting on this island in the Caribbean with his hot young girlfriend, and he just hates his life.
Yeah.
It's strange.
He's not that hot or young, but
Oh, really?
No, but look, he's fine.
I thought that's where you were going with that. I was like, all right, if she's hot and young.
No,
let's
no. I
go.
mean, he just has a new relationship, right?
Yeah. Who is it?
Seems happy. That's all we want for Lauer.
Who is it?
I don't know. It's some nobody.
Oh, okay. Not hot.
Looks like a publicist, kind of like a New York older publicist type of gal.
Yeesh,
you know what I'm saying?
Gross.
Keeping things in line.
Yeah.
I think it may even be his publicist. But anyway.
Yeah, maybe. Who knows? Speaking of exes, the one that creeped me out over the weekend was I don't watch too many of your shows with you.
Sure.
Because they're all bullshit, obviously. But
Thank you. Thanks.
What's the flip or flop with Christina and Tarek?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a new show with Tarek, and he's what's he gangbanging these days? What's he doing?
Flipping 101.
Ah, there we go.
He's teaching people how to make $30,000 on a 40-week project.
Yep.
That's a nightmare.
Yep. And
And
hating
you should
yourself,
be happy
losing
to get
all your hair.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's a profit of $30,000. You're like, get a fucking job.
Yeah, for 42 weeks. Here's the deal with that, Jabes. If it takes 42 weeks, you're probably so stressed out that you woke up in the morning and all your pubes fell out.
Right.
There's no hair on your head, and it's just like, oh shit, what else could possibly fall out? Well, your pubic hair can fall right off your body, and that's how stressed out you are.
Right.
Watching that show gives me so much anxiety that I'm like, oh my Christ, don't do that. Don't do that in 1 million years.
Don't do it. But that's all those shows on HGTV, right? Where you're like, man, if you just got like a good job in that amount of time, or a couple jobs or whatever, you could make that much.
Yeah.
And not have to deal with that. So a lot of those are like that, where they're like,
and by the way, for people at home who are out there going, man, I could be like Tarek and Christina and flip these houses and make 30 or 40 grand per thing. No, you can't. Like, the producers fix that shit up. They get these people in on time. Again, we can't get a fucking plumber to our house in a day. Imagine if you're trying to rebuild one of those shit heaps that they're buying in East LA and flip it. Like,
yeah. So the last one is this lady bought a place in California, I think, for $920,000.
Mm-hmm.
That's close to $1 million. Again, we don't do math here, but so 920, then she's going to remodel. She's doing the contracting herself. So she's going to have all subcontractors and not get a general contractor. She's going to do all of that. And then she's going to list it for 1.2. But off of all of that, she's probably going to walk away with, it looked like $35,000.
Yes. Yeah. Yep. I wouldn't want any of that stress whatsoever for 35 grand to go through all of that. Because the other thing they're not telling you too is if the housing market flips over and it crashes, you're going to be stuck with one of these shit heaps, and that's going to take down all of your profit, and it'll happen eventually. But you know, it is what it is. What I did notice though was Tarek has a new fiance in the show that we were watching over the weekend,
right,
who looks identical to Christina, and no one is saying a word about that on that show.
Right.
It's her twin.
It's her twin. It's her younger twin.
Yes.
Real estate agent.
Yep.
The exact same height, build, hair, demeanor, everything. If I were him, I would be a little bit embarrassed, but again, they're not making any comment about it. He literally just...
It could be that... So I was thinking about this, right? Because you and I were talking about it, and then I was thinking about on the drive over, where it could be his best form of revenge, right?
Yes, and you can tell that he actually does want revenge because he is still in love with Christina. He talks about her
really
horribly all the time,
which
means that he loves her, right? Because if you talk badly about your ex-wife, still... there's something there. Do you know what I mean?
I never thought about that.
Otherwise, if you really don't care, you don't care.
I don't talk about any like ex-girlfriends or anything.
No, like what if you were still like pissed at one of your exes? I'd be like, what is going on there?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
That's a good point. I never thought about that. I don't even fucking think about them, to be honest with you.
Because the opposite, I don't want to get too
Again, we learn.
Lyrical.
We learn on this show every day.
But the opposite of love is indifference, not hatred, right? So hatred and love are like the same thing. At least you care. At least you care about them in some way. Whether you're hating them or loving them, you're thinking about them. So anyways, anytime her name comes up, he's like, well, I'm my own man. So, I don't even have to I don't have to ask her for anything. And you're like, okay, there's something there.
Yeah.
But the interviewers are always like, okay, cool. Well, we're happy for you. She's the one that's fine. Like she just got divorced again.
Does she?
Christina.
Let me ask you, the new one. Does she have any kids?
No.
Okay, so revenge-wise, yeah,
Yeah.
a younger version of the exact same woman without 3 kids chunked out of you already. Like,
Sure.
I'm sure now there's some
100%.
there's some definite regret there of like, hey man, fuck you, game over. Because the other one got married, chunked out a kid like ASAP. The Christina.
Love when he calls it chunking out.
Chunked out a kid ASAP, and then they have their own show together. What is it, On the Coast?
Christina on the Coast. It's
There you
not
go.
them together, but
Well, the husband was in it because I saw
think he
him
was
in
produced. Oh, okay.
there.
He may have
yeah,
made
he
an
was in
appearance.
he was in like 2 of the shows that we watched.
So, anyways, they just got a divorce.
Yeah,
She
they
bought
did.
a yacht.
You don't
a
say.
couple feet bigger than Tarek's yacht and called it Aftermath. So again, there's stuff going on there still.
there is.
Nobody's over the relationship that they were in.
Well, you
And
know
look,
why? They still have to work together. So I saw a commercial for a new Flip and Flop with Tarek and Christina. I was like, whoa, you guys got divorced like 2 years ago. You're now engaged to a woman who looks exactly like your ex-wife.
Mm-hmm.
You've already chunked out another baby with some other thing and had your own spin-off show. And now you're buying yachts. What are we doing here?
Look, it is what it is. If that's what you crave,
That's great.
If the most important thing in your life is not your kids and just like your job, making money for them to have a better life, if that's not your main focus, you're gonna get caught up in all this fucking bullshit, which they do, right? So they're not good people per se.
No, they're terrible humans, but whatever, man.
But look, at least he's not. At least they're not Kate plus 8 and fucking.
Yeah. Oh God. Gosh. Could you imagine?
They have really kept themselves relevant, have they not?
Who? Kate plus 8?
Kate and John.
I don't know anything about them anymore.
Oh, they're always some kind of fucking sub story everywhere. He just got arrested for punching his kid in the face, and
Great,
she's
good for
pissed
him.
about it. And
Well, as one would be, you punch a kid in
Again.
the face, but hey,
they somehow have done so much with so little.
who knows? She had the original Karen haircut, by the way.
She did.
I'll credit her with that. She changed the world with that. Changed the world. Colton Riordan. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Says, I love the show. Wish I could watch the live show every day. Also a big fan of your sponsors product. Thanks, man. We try to pick those by hand, actually. It says, by the way, I don't recommend taking Strikeforce as a shot. Nope. Don't ever do it for that. Don't ever use it as a substitution for lube in any of your sexual endeavors, because that is not recommended. Real sticky, but it'll keep that boner going for 6+ hours,
Yeah.
It really will.
Yeah.
It really will, baby.
Wait, is this real? Jacob Nichols.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like the couple that owned AutoZone. When they got divorced, the wife hated the husband so much she used the money from the divorce to start O'Reilly's. That's not true,
Oh,
is it?
that would be great. Get in the zone.
Can somebody
AutoZone.
fact check that for me?
O'Reilly's.
Riley's.
Both are the catchiest fucking theme songs, though, for any auto
Jacob, is
company
that
I
real
can
or is
remember.
that a joke? Anyways.
Either, if that's true, that's the greatest of all time. Look, the ultimate was the $2 Chuck story with the wine.
Oh, yeah.
That they were getting divorced and homeboy just made all of his wine $2 instead of regular price.
Yep.
I hope that story's true. And if it is, congratulations. Me personally, like, fuck, man. It depends on how long you're with somebody. Like, anything over like 5 years is long enough to where you're like, dude, you're losing half, and let's move on with your life. You know what I'm saying? Like the Dr. Dre thing is going on right now. I know they had a prenup, but they were together for like 35 years.
Yeah.
He's worth $1 billion. At some point, you're just like, hey man, what the fuck are you gonna do with it?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
she put up with your bullshit. of being Dr. Dre, like, which I'm sure was super easy.
Yeah, I'm sure there was no issues.
Anything
or
past
problem.
5 years, whatever, right? These other ones that are 2-3 years or fucking 6 months in Hollywood, you're just like, why don't you just pick up your shit and leave? Just pack a little suitcase and get out of there, you know?
Yeah.
Join Nexium, you know? Run off to a sex cult.
Sure.
Figure it out. Figure out your life. It's Indigenous peoples, baby. It's the Indigenous people's day, James. We're here for it.
Really is.
Speaking of outrage culture here, since we're on the Indigenous Peoples Day, Jabes, I read this thing about Yelp. That's not true. Is that true?
It is true, and it's a shame because as you know, I love Yelp.
There is no bigger Yelper on the planet than Jessie.
I don't ever review. I don't review.
Okay.
Good or bad.
All right.
I don't. But I do use the site to find places in new cities or places around me or whatever. It's really easy to use. Shows you the hours right there. Directions, everything.
Yeah.
So if you're looking for anything, Yelp is great.
Yes.
Pictures, right? The hostage pictures of the food. The big flash on it.
Yeah.
Can't really tell if it's good, but anyway. So now Yelp has created a new label to warn users about businesses accused of racism following an uptick in reports of discrimination. So the review platform says the alert will help consumers decide whether they'll be welcome at a particular business. So if somebody dings Yelp for racist behavior, there will be a disclaimer that comes up as you press the business. There will be a big red disclaimer that comes up. This business has been accused of racist behavior. Enter through that, basically. So if you press that, you're obviously a racist, right? But
can that happen for any? How do they fact check that?
So there's two different types of alerts. So one of them has to be linked to a credible source. So an article that was written about a certain business doing certain things that can be deemed racist behavior, right?
Yeah.
And the other is if there's enough people on the site that are saying they were discriminated against. So there's two different levels.
What could go wrong?
What could go wrong? Because as we know, people usually just like do the right thing. They never use race as any kind of leverage. And we know from the lady in the park that people just don't use racism as a tool, right?
Yeah.
To fuck somebody else up.
We're fucked.
Calling the cops on a black bird watcher.
Yeah, we're fucked as a
because
country.
you know that they would come and save you, right?
Yeah.
So now look, I don't know how long this is going to last. There is a lot of backlash.
An hour. This will last an hour. I look, it was on the drive out here. I stopped at a Popeye's chicken. And I was the only one there. I was shocked by it. That's why I decided to go there, where I was like, oh, shit. I'm the only car in the drive-thru.
Sure.
At Popeye's Chicken. I didn't hear anything. And finally, like, I was just like, hello? Like, you know, into the speaker or whatever. And all I hear is a woman, a black lady at the top of her lungs screaming, there's a white boy in the drive-thru.
No, he didn't.
Dead serious.
No, she didn't.
Swear to God. So I could have gone on you. I don't get offended by shit like that, so I don't really fucking care. Matter of fact, I thought it was pretty fucking hilarious because there was a white boy through the drive.
It was just a fact, I guess, at that point, right?
Yeah, just describing who I was.
Sure.
Now, if she was on the other foot, I said there's, you know.
A black lady in the drive-thru?
Yep. I'm sure something would have gone down on Yelp. I don't care enough. I also would never write a review for anything unless I was so angry to the point of like, fuck you for life, like that's rare, you know what I'm saying? But in this instance, with that, I'm sure there's a million of those across the nation. Yelp is going to destroy itself from the inside out because then nobody's going to take your reviews seriously or give a shit about Yelp. Somebody like you who uses it all the time for every fucking restaurant everywhere we go, it's going to fuck up your whole shit, dude. It's just, who do you trust? Who do you believe and why? Right?
Right.
So this can't last for more than an hour. There's just no way.
Yeah. I don't know. It's been a couple days.
It's been
a couple days now. So we'll see. But I think enough articles are coming out about it and enough people are speaking out like, there's no way this will be misused, right?
Ugh.
Welcome to the world.
No, dude, everything will be misused. By the way, hammer the like button one more time on YouTube. Gregor says you look like an angel today. I agree. You're really holding up this show, Jessie.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You were just hotter than sunshine. We got a little color in the Texas heat this weekend.
I did.
Man, I coached. By the way, soccer team is undefeated. I'm still the arguably one of the greatest child's coaches of all time. But we had a nooner game on Saturday.
Right.
And there is this weird, odd heat wave here, and it was like 104 degrees on Saturday, and I was like,
Yeah.
Are you kidding me right now? And I got the most awkward sunburn. So I wear this bandana out for the kids because at these soccer fields, there's like 90 fields in a row, and so you want the parents and the children to be able to find you pretty easily. So I'm like, look, we'll just wear a bandana, and that way it'll separate me from everyone else. I'll be the only parent not wearing a mask. And a bandana, you know what I'm saying? So I had it on, and I thought
That'll
to myself,
be me.
I thought to myself, no big deal. It's an hour, right? Game's an hour. That's it. Soccer's at least on time. Like they don't stop the game for anything, no matter what.
Yeah.
So you can set your watch to that game being over, and you will be out of there. And I was like, it's an hour, no bigs, right? Wrong. When I went into the doctors, what was it, 2 weeks ago to get labs for shit, they were like, oh, your vitamin D is really, really low. It's dangerously low. You're almost lucid. That's how pale you are. Because apparently it means I'm not getting any sun, which is true.
Translucent?
Whatever, dude. I'm not a fucking wordsmith either, all right? I'm not a mathematician. I'm not a wordsmith. Never claimed to be.
Okay.
Read my books. Half of them are in slang. Speaking of which, the new book is at the editor right now, and the guy is British, and he's doing the interior, and he goes, just a quick question, mate. And it was the way I had described a woman's vagina in this book. And he goes, did you mean to write piss pork or pork chop piss flaps? Is what the description was for a woman's vagina. And he goes, sure. I go, I did actually. And he goes, oh, I didn't know if you had added like an extra word to that. I was like, nope, that's what it is. And he got a really hearty chuckle out of it. And he goes, I've never worked with him before. And he goes, I don't know you. He goes, this is the craziest, funniest shit of all time. And he goes, how is this being published, mate? Like, how are you able to get this out?
How do you think, bud?
I'm the last of a dying breed, man, at this point. We said we wouldn't change. We're not. We had Alex Jones on. The show was fucking crazy, blah, blah, blah. Not wearing a mask to soccer, not doing any of that bullshit. But what I will say is this. The doctor was right. Not getting enough vitamin D inside my body, apparently. I was out in the sun with a bandana on for an hour. I had this weird sunburn line, like, immediately when I got home. And I was like, oh, shit. You had set up a date for us with a couple other couples, and we had to go to this country concert. I looked in the mirror, and I was like, well, it looks like I'll be wearing a hat, obviously.
Yeah, and
I
that's
can't go to dinner like that. Yeah, so the next day, yesterday, I just sit out, lay out all day, so this would even out. But yeah, I probably do need some sun. I have not seen it in a very long time. And the doctor is correct, and when I go back in tomorrow and see her, I will say, you know, about that vitamin D thing, I think you're right. You can go ahead and inject me full of whatever shit you need to do and get me on my way.
Right.
But what I was thinking about was, why can't we just inject ourselves full of shit to make our skin tan? Like, when is that coming? Is that popping on down the road anytime soon?
I think it is.
I think they already have it.
They already have it. What didn't we?
We talked about it, right?
But I'm talking
that
like tan.
lady-
I don't want to look like C.
That
Thomas
lady
Howell
that
from Soul Man.
got that lady that got injections. Remember, she had like the big, huge.
Is it melanin that they inject?
Yeah, so, something. But I didn't know if there was like a real way.
No, it's like it soups up the tan. It's like a steroid for tanning. But there's no like, I take this pill and all of a sudden I'm like brown.
Gotcha. Because
Yeah.
on the Kid Rock show, actually, everybody was like, man, Kid Rock looks great. He looks like he's always been eternally 45 and tan. And up close, yeah, his skin looks great, and he's got the best tan of all time.
Are you saying that he's not outside or?
No, I'm saying that's what I want. So if I could walk into the doctor and say, give me the Kid Rock, you know, and they'd be like, oh, great. That's going to be a number 7 on that
I just think it's a
color
dangerous
palette.
road to go down to just want everything to be in a pill and injection form. So
you know why, though, right?
I would caution it. I mean, I personally don't want to do that. But.
So over the last week, there was an article with a scientist who just said, look, in 100 years, we'll all be taken over by AI, and it'll be humans, and humans will be more like pets and shit like that. In this article, and he goes, it's not in a bad way. And I was like, huh?
Gosh.
How is that not going to be in a bad way?
Gosh.
And the way he described it, he was like, look, the way we're able to think now, they will be able to think like 1,000,000 times faster, and there's nothing we can possibly do about that. And I was like, oh, well, if we're going to do that and just have robots overtake us, let's inject ourselves full of cool shit while we're still here. Because let's face it, we'll be on a leash in about 100 years. I won't be around, but I'll be getting dog walked by some fucking robot, dude, or a version of me.
Right.
Great grandkids, great grandkids will be getting walked down the street as the robots
personality-
tell us what to do.
Your mind will be downloaded onto a.
Yeah, I'll be eating the same
Onto a
fucking meal
drive,
out of a
yeah.
bowl every day, drinking water to stay alive. But other than that, if you really think about it, right? Have you ever overfed a dog?
Yeah, I guess.
I have. Got fat as shit.
Sure, yeah.
Same thing. That's what the robots are going to do to us. Hey, man, here's your bowl and your water and shit. If you eat it all up, maybe the robots will be like, well, I guess the human's still hungry.
Yeah.
Let's put some more shit in there and just watch and see what happens. If we're getting that close, yeah, dude, let's inject some tanner into me, Let's get some steroids going. Baby, let's legalize cocaine again. Let's do something, man, to really hype it up. If it's the end for us, let's go there.
Right.
Like looking at Portland last night, I was like, oh, shit, that's the end of humanity. Like, we're close. We're right on the edge. And if Trump wins again on the 3rd, there goes the rest of the cities.
Right.
How many? Probably 8 more will be lit on fire, and that's going to be that. And then you'll have these underground white. By the way, the people in that mugshot from the Portland thing, the whitest human beings I've ever seen in my entire life.
Vitamin D, maybe.
Not a prayer. I mean, those are basement children.
Right.
Every one of them had like 9 face piercings and like some form of hair color. It was like a purple or a blue or something like that. It was like, the fuck do you do all day? Right. What do you possibly do all day? Right. You can afford to go out all night long and tear down statues like that. What is that? What job do you have? Yeah. Because I want it. I want to dye my own shit, just get all pierced up, You
could.
I guess. I feel like I've missed it, though. I feel like I've missed my window. I think you've got to be between like 22 and 30. Like, because after 30, you kind of look at it and you're like, well, that's all of that is bullshit. I'd rather be rich and on a yacht, right? Right. But right around 22 to 30, you're like, yeah, man, fuck it. I don't need much. Just give me half a sandwich and, maybe some form of $20 gift certificate to Chipotle, and I'll be fine, right? But after 30 is kind of when you want shit like money and everything. But these people in Portland, they don't want dick, man. No. I want to be that simple. I want to be a simpleton like that, where it's just like, yeah, man, Black Lives Matter. As a white person who's never seen the sun and has got 98 piercings and a different, I put some Easter egg color in my hair, and I decided to do that for the day. Right. Like, I want to be that carefree, I guess. Yeah. Is all I'm saying. Yeah. You ever burned anything in your life like that you shouldn't have?
Burned anything?
Yeah, a couch, a mattress, anything like that?
No.
You feel free.
Right.
You really feel free.
Right.
When you pull a couch out of your living room onto your front porch and light it on fire, you do feel free for a little bit.
Oh, that's some fraternity bullshit?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, no, I didn't do that.
Okay. Well, I did it, and I felt free.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. So I understand it like the first time. After like the 90th time, though, it's like, all right, man, maybe it's adrenaline, Jabes. Running with the devil. Ow! And they're just like, fuck it. Let's just burn everything down. It starts with a sofa and a mattress. But you're not burning one from ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros, though. Jabes. We'll get to the sponsors. You're not burning a mattress from there. They're fireproof. So is that true? No. Oh, it's not. Not true. The mattresses are not fireproof. Really want to point that out. Apparently, you can light them on fire.
Yeah, I don't know why you would. They're the best mattress in the world. They're not the kind that you would burn. Do you
Maybe
know
all
what I
the
mean?
people in Portland are burning shitty mattresses.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. If you know somebody in Portland, buy them a ghost bed, then they won't burn their own fucking mattresses. You're not going to burn a ghost bed or the pillows, the adjustable base. You're not burning that.
Right.
It's the greatest thing of all time.
Oh, it's the best.
I love it, dude. It's even got a vibrator in the bed. That's the only thing that you have an issue with that I do.
Okay, because when I go to sleep, I smoke a little bit of weed to go to sleep. And when that vibration is on my head, it's a bit much.
No, it's not. It's not.
It's a bit much.
Ghost Bed's got like a 3D mattress now. They got shit from the future. The next for a Ghost Bed is my prediction. Water bed, see-through with actual live fish in there that feed themselves. Where it's just like, holy shit, I don't even want sheets anymore.
Right.
I just want to look at these goddamn fish that are floating underneath me all day. That would be rad. What's the shark that doesn't bite?
The what?
Yeah, it doesn't bite. They just kind of poke shit. God, they don't have any teeth down in the Caribbean. They were in that movie. Remember that movie with those that couple? It was in Sundance.
Oh, Deep Water.
Yeah. Somebody knows it out there. Nurse shark. There it is. Whale shark. Whale shark. Thank you.
I'm sure there's a couple
Mike
different.
Demo.
But yeah. It's whale shark?
It's whale shark, yeah.
Okay.
Those whale sharks don't do shit. That would be rad. Throw a little baby one in there and then sleep on top of that. It's like you're sleeping on your own fishbowl. That's what Ghost Bed does. They're ahead of the curve. They're about the future. Jessie, go to ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros today. If you're a member of the military, a first responder, a teacher, you work in the government, you get 30% off everything in the entire store, Jessie. Do it now. If you're a regular dum-dum like myself, you get 30% off of all bundle packages. Bundle everything together and get weird. As always, they got a 36-month pay-as-you-go program, no interest at ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros. So get on it. Call your friends in Portland, man. Tell them to get on this so they'll stop burning their own shit down. Next up, we got StrikeforceEnergy.com.
Boom, 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 boom. Blankers.
Gregor says that Strikeforce is the best. It still is the best. Best energy drink in the biz. Lasts longer than 5-hour energy. A tasty, tiny little tin pouch. You rip it open and squeeze it into any liquid available. I got some squeezed into mine right now, Jabes. You know me. You know me,
brother.
10-pack, 40-pack, 750 milliliter bottle. Go to StrikeforceEnergy.com today and try some out. 4 amazing flavors. Original, grape, lemon, and orange. Rip it and sip it, dude. I do a half pack. That is full disclosure. I do not go full pack. That is a little too much. If I'm on a full pack, dude, congratulations. I'm coming right through your internet right now into your living room. And I'm punching you right in the groin. Really am. It's too much Strikeforce for me. Go to StrikeforceEnergy.com today. Promo code Revolution gets you 20% off. And they come in the same boxes as you see in 7-Eleven. Next up, James, Manscaped.com. Yeah. What? You seem shocked by that. You didn't have a noise for it. How about you give me a little sound effect for that?
Okay. For Manscaped?
Yeah. There we go. Best in the biz. They don't call her the woman of 1,000 voices for nothing. She does all of the voices. Go to manscaped.com today. The beauty, look, promo code's Revolution. You get 20% off. You shave your dick, balls, taint, everything with it, right? It's the greatest in the world for shaving up your private parts. Hilarious story over the weekend. A guy from NFL Network, Ian Rappaport, one of their top announcers, he tweeted a Manscaped ad on his Twitter, and they suspended him without pay for the next 2 weeks on the NFL Network. And it was the perfect tool for your family jewels. That was the tweet.
Oh, wow.
And it was go to manscaped.com, right? They fucking suspended him for 2 weeks without pay. They were so pissed off.
Are you serious?
Yeah, they said it was not appropriate for families or children or whatever. It was like, hey, motherfucker, do you watch the NFL? I watched a man's leg get snapped in half on Sunday, live on television. Dak Prescott. Leg snapped in half, a bone went through the sock and was out into the world. I'm pretty sure children weren't amped about that and that explanation that you had to make if you were watching it with your kids. A tool for your family jewels, I believe, is fine. Best product in the biz. All you need is one kit there. And then you got a nose trimmer and all this shit. You got a
Yeah, so what we're
manscaped.com,
actually
promo code
talking about
Revolution,
today is
20% off.
the Weed Whacker.
The Weed Whacker.
Yes. So we all know we've been talking about the ball trimmer forever.
Correct.
So they just launched the Weed Whacker,
The
which is the nose and hair trimmer.
Yes.
Still waterproof, all of the
All of
same awesome things that they have with the ball trimmer. Sleek design, looks awesome on the counter.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you use promo code Revolution, you're going to get 20% off and free shipping with code Revolution at manscaped.com. Whack your weeds as well as your balls, right? But they keep coming out with new stuff. Everything is better than the last. And with the Weed Whacker, I'm sure they'll do the same thing with the ball trimmer where they go like 2.0, 3.0.
Yep.
Just keep upgrading
Keep upgrading, dude. You can get,
if you get on a subscription, you'll get blades sent to you, and then
Yeah.
you'll get the free leather pouch.
The best. I use that leather pouch everywhere I go. It's my new job kit. I love it. I love it. I love you, manscaped.com. Promo code Revolution, 20% off. Quick tip. Shave off all your nose hair. Mm-hmm. Get more cocaine in there.
Yep.
Right? That's just for you guys at home.
And everybody knows that. And I think that Manscaped also knows that.
Probably.
You know?
Probably. Joe Morgan just died. God damn.
Who?
It's Joe Morgan, one of the greatest baseball players of all time. Popular host for ESPN as well. Damn, man, that sucks. He was rad. You know, shit. Whenever something pops in like that when you're on a live show like this, you know, you just kind of get it, tugs on the heartstrings a little bit, you know?
Yeah.
Kind of get emotional about it. Joe Morgan was the voice of Sunday Night Baseball for ESPN for many, many years. One of the best to do it. They just got rid of him a couple years ago. Maybe they knew, obviously. They put that woman in the booth. We talked about her on a show, which, look, I'm all for diversity and all that stuff, but a woman in a play-by-play booth for baseball is a little much for me. Mm-hmm. And it always will be. You know what I'm saying? No woman has played Major League Baseball, therefore you really don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Right.
And I'm going to switch that over to the same for the WNBA. Dudes should not be doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, it's chicks. Let's just have chicks doing it and call it a day. You know what I'm saying? But that one sucks. Damn it, man.
Damn it.
Damn it.
Damn it, Bob.
Damn it. Oh, I still not recorded Damn It, Bob, dude. I don't have anybody here. I need a good producer to start jamming songs out with again. I had one in Wilmington. I don't want to have one here. I got to find somebody. I have a feeling, though, it'll be $9,000 to do it here.
I'm sure.
Where you're just like, bro, you're not even that good, you know? We've had it with Austin workers today. I have to go outside the city. I'm thinking about just moving a couple of the ones from North Carolina here and just saying, hey, can you just
keeping them on retainer?
Yep. Just live here in the backyard and do things for us. But right now we're in wall-to-wall coverage of Amy Coney Barrett's, and we're not really going to touch on it that much anymore, to be honest with you. We all know what's going to happen. Mm-hmm. She's going to go through, and that's going to be it. Yeah. And you know,
the only thing that's
eat up all the news coverage for Joe Biden.
Right. Well, the only thing that's up in the air is whether they would stack the court. Although, I mean, non-issue, right?
No, that's an issue. So they asked.
Well, but he would have to win first, right?
They asked Kamala Harris about that if Biden would win, if they would stack the court. Yes, that's exactly what they're going to do. Right. They'll add 90 judges and do all of the shit.
But they are now not responding.
No, they're not even answering that question.
To any of the questions. Nope. Although we have to be real, in October, you're not going to get any real answers on stuff. So people even asking questions in October is
that one's pretty simple.
Futile.
But that one's a simple one.
Obviously. It's because there's an election coming up. They literally just want to get to the finish line and then do whatever they want. So leading up to October and even, you know, September, like leading up to there, they are energizing. They're getting the people that know them already to get really, you know, excited. We are for the Green New Deal. We are going to pack the court. We are going, you know, all these pretty radical things to get that side now in October. And same with Trump, build the wall. We're going to build the wall. Like, but you're not.
No,
you're just
no.
making people excited.
Yeah.
And then in October, you back off and try and get the moderates, right? Mm-hmm. And you don't answer anything about pro-life. You don't answer anything about stacking the court. You don't answer anything about Green New Deal or anything. So the fact that reporters are even asking those questions now is literally just the story now, headline now is no one will answer questions. He won't answer the question. No, they're not going to.
Yeah.
They already have the people that they're going to have with that answer, right?
Yep.
And now they need to just sort of lay low and make it to the finish line and then do whatever they want, which is exactly what politics is, right? Don't think anything differently.
And I want to bring up, there was an interesting article this morning that was talking about gambling in this election in particular, right? And obviously on Drinkin Bros Sports, we have a sponsor, mybookie.com. Promo code Drinkin Bros doubles your deposit. They're letting you bet on the election. Pretty much every casino, every online casino is letting you bet on the election. This article this morning, though, the numbers were staggering. So far, gamblers have bet $150 million on the election. And the
None of those people voted.
Yeah. The overwhelming
None
favorite,
of them will vote, but they will definitely bet.
The overwhelming favorite is Joe Biden, and it is 2-1 right now. So,
look,
$150 million.
I know you always say, I just want to know the answer.
Just want to know the answer.
Because it's there's conflicting polls, and there's they just did a poll on. It's the same thing that happened with Reagan, where they said when he was going to be reelected, the one question that they asked was, "Is your life better now than it was 4 years ago?"
Yeah,
and that overwhelmingly showed that people were going to vote for him. So they just did that poll for Trump, and that those numbers were very high. He is good in that one question, right? But in all these other polls, Biden is ahead 16%.
Allegedly.
I'm just saying,
we'll see. We'll see.
They both can be right. It just depends on how people are going to vote, right?
Or if they are. That's the thing.
Or if
so
they are.
Ours is tomorrow. I will be there tomorrow for early voting. I'll do it. I'm not going to tell you who to vote for. But I'll be there for early voting tomorrow, and I'm going to get it out of the way.
Sure.
Be curious to see how many people are there. I'll report, obviously, when we're on air tomorrow, how many people are actually there and what's going on. So, I know it started in a lot of states already, and something like 30, I think, have already started. So we're off to the races now. It's too late. And they're talking about this next debate here, of whether the third and final debate is going to happen. I would imagine it probably is.
Yeah, it just depends on what happens with the cancellation of this, and then their 2 town halls that they're doing, how that goes.
Uh-huh.
If it goes well for them, they're going to do that again, right?
Yep.
If it doesn't, they won't.
Yeah.
So it's all just, it's all just optics at this point. There's really nothing. You're going to get no real answers on anything. You should vote right now, because no one's going to tell you anything from now to November anyway, right?
Yeah.
There's going to be no difference. Even, like I said, with the, Roe v. Wade that's apparently on the table right now, which I don't think it is, but.
No, not a prayer. Not a prayer. Last night, though, I got to see the city of Los Angeles burn.
What happened?
Lakers won the world championship last night.
Oh, that's right.
First time I have not watched a NBA Finals game in my entire life since I was a kid, probably.
Yeah.
Too political for me, where I was just like, cool. I was looking at the ratings here that just came out. The Sunday night football game, which was Seattle against Minnesota. Minnesota's a terrible team. That had more viewers than the NBA Finals game. So congratulations. The commissioner of the NBA has said we will have no more political messaging next year. Wonder why? That is a huge shock, Jabes.
Well, because they solved it. It's solved. They did it. They did all the things they needed to do. They put it on the court.
They solved racism, yeah.
And they fixed it, and they solved it, and so now they don't have to do it anymore. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I get it. But of course. You do it for half a season and then you're
Then you're all
fixed.
done. Racism is
Solved.
fixed. Yeah. So, watched that on the news, and I was like, shit. There was one guy from LA last night who showed up in downtown, because it was outside of Staples Centers where all this shit was going down. I didn't watch the game, but I saw the aftermath on the news, and they were like, oh, it's burning in LA. And I was like, big surprise. Whatever. It's fine.
Yeah. It's always burning in LA.
It's always burning in LA. No one cares. It's not a forest fire, at least. So.
Yeah, that's their default now.
Yeah. Everything's
long
burning
as-
in California, so it doesn't really matter anyways.
As long as it's just like a little burn
But a
everywhere.
guy showed up in a full Bubble Boy costume to celebrate the win, and that was the most hilarious thing I've ever seen. Because
Love
they had
it.
helicopters from the sky looking down, and there's this guy just rolling around. All of these people partying in the streets with inside like the Jake Gyllenhaal
Yes.
Bubble Boy costume.
I love it.
And it
With
was,
the arm, like,
Yep, the whole
things
thing. Yep.
that can come out
Correct.
in the glove.
Correct, yeah.
Love it. So excited. Danny Trejo was amazing in that movie.
Was he in Bubble Boy?
Yeah.
I don't remember it.
One of his first lead roles.
Really?
Lead-ish, yeah.
All right. Bubble Boy.
Bubble Boy.
No kidding.
He went way out of character. He played a biker that used to be in prison covered in tattoos.
Huh. You don't say.
So,
That is unusual.
yeah.
That
But
is unusual for
I do
him.
love
he
that
never
movie.
does that. Yeah, look, Jake Gyllenhaal is rad. I haven't seen the movie in years. In years and years and years. What we did watch, though, over the weekend was the Bendy Legs doc, as I like to call it, Jabes.
as Jabes likes to call it, yeah.
Yeah, Jabes is all in on Bendy Legs, a.k.a. Blade Runner,
AKA
Oscar
Pistorius.
And if you don't have ESPN Plus, then you won't be able to watch it. It's on there right now. It's a 4-parter, and it's intense, man.
It's intense because it's a story. It's one of those things that you know, but they're making you think that you don't know. Like, I think the outcome is going to be the same, but the way that they're putting it together is trying to make you
So
think
we're-
that you
yeah.
don't actually know the story.
So
I don't know.
Here's the sitch with this doc. It's and everybody's doing this. They're breaking it up into 4 parts so they can squeeze in more advertising and whatever, right? I'm not juiced off about that because a lot of these docs, like the Nexium is a perfect example that won the Vow on
The
HBO.
Vow, yeah.
It's too long and nothing is happening. Like you could have cut that in half and been like, all right, cool, man.
Yeah.
Could have pumped out that story in 2 hours. Like we're fine, right? We get it. No, it's like, nope, we've got to see this girl for 4 episodes pine over her daughter who's,
Right.
fucking the old dude. Like, no, dude, we could have solved that in a half hour. I don't understand why we needed 4 episodes of that.
Right.
But with Bendy Legs, it's different because these are an hour and a half a piece.
Yes.
So you're looking at a 6-hour doc essentially.
Yes.
And we're on part 3 of 4 right now. They're the way they're setting this up as if he's innocent. And that he didn't murder this woman. And
Well, they're setting it up that his story is true because they're talking to mostly his family.
Right.
And not any of Reva, the girl that he killed. They're not talking to her family. So
They are talking to her family. They're just not
But it's like-
asking them whether or not they think he did it. Now, maybe the last
no,
2 is
they're
where
talking
they're
to
really
like
going to go ham.
a distant cousin.
Yeah. But maybe the last 2 episodes is where they go ham on him. I remember this story when it happened, and it seemed so implausible to me that I was like, oh, he fucking definitely murdered her. And as we're watching this, I was like, are they trying to spin this to say that he thought that she was an intruder in his bathroom and whatever, like, and that he didn't put his legs on? And no, I don't buy any of it. And I'm real curious to see the ending of this and if they have actually painted this entire doc that he is innocent.
Mm-hmm.
And, and they keep saying, well, he's because they're South African. He keeps crying and he's just overwhelmed with emotion and joy. I don't know anybody who could do that. I think he's upset and crying for a different reason. Not that he fucking murdered homegirl. It's the fact that his life now of this cherished athlete around the world is over.
Right.
Why are you laughing right now, Jeff? Jabes.
Okay, because when we watched it, you and I decided to like reenact what they were saying, which is they were both in the bed. Okay, it's not funny because somebody died.
Yes.
But
Yes, it is
they're
not
both
funny.
in the bed. This is what they're saying, right? We all know the story. But if you really, really think about this, which we kind of went through, they're both in the bed. He gets up and takes fans in from the balcony, which is literally just this door that's right here.
Yeah.
He's taking the fans down and putting them on the ground. In that time, she gets up and goes into the bathroom.
Allegedly.
I'm telling you what they're saying.
Correct.
Oh, don't say allegedly after everything I say. It'll be as long as the frickin' dock. So while he's putting the fans down, she goes in the bathroom. He is about to get back into bed and he hears the window of the bathroom open.
Yeah.
Now look, they did do that, right? Because they're testing all of this. It does make a
Yeah. It's loud.
So she went in there. She went to the bathroom. Need to open the window. Look, they haven't been dating for that long. She didn't want any smell to be in there. So anyways, he hears
Jesse
the...
thinks that she was plopping out a deuce.
Why else are you opening the window?
I'll tell you in a second.
So anyway, so she opens the window. He hears it. Doesn't say, Reva, is that you? Who's in there?
Right.
Nothing.
Nope.
Quietly, doesn't say anything.
No.
Gets the gun, walks into the hall, still not saying anything.
No
Reva,
legs.
are you
He
here?
didn't bother
Reva
to put on his legs.
didn't put on the legs.
Yeah.
He's not saying anything. He's completely silent at this point. He was in bed with his girlfriend, but doesn't check for her, whatever. So he goes down the hall quietly to the bathroom quietly, opens the door. They're alleging that Reva then heard somebody come to the bathroom, didn't know if it was an intruder. So now we're meant to believe that these two people think that the other person is an intruder. They stay silent, both of them.
Yeah. Yep.
Not one of them goes, Oscar? Like, Reva? Nobody.
Jesse?
That's the first thing you do, right? Is that you?
Jesse? You good? Yeah.
Hello? Anything. Silent. Two people thinking that they're both intruders. They were just in fucking bed together. Now they're both thinking that they're intruders and silently shoot and silently get killed in their own bathroom.
Yep.
When they just went bed together.
He shoots through the door with like 8 shots. She's dead in the fucking bathroom.
Now look, there's like ways that I can go into that world and be like, okay, was he dreaming? Was he wasted? Like all of that. But the fact that you don't, it's just your first instinct. Like I said, we did it in our bathroom because we have the same thing where we have a bathroom that has a door in it and then there's the shower area. Same thing as them.
Right.
So we did it where like you're coming to the door.
Yeah.
My first instinct is like, Ross, right?
This is what happens when you get high. You're able to reenact documentaries.
You're able to reenact Pistorius murder.
Yeah, in your own house.
In your own house
did.
and go.
We did that.
No fucking way, dude.
Yeah, we
like,
did that.
and especially if you're a gun owner, like,
Which we are.
and you just don't blindly. I don't know. It's just so far. They want you to go so far into dreamland.
Yeah.
Because this guy is
Beloved.
a hero,
Yeah.
beloved, good looking, like overcome so much in his life
Yep.
that there's no way that he could have done it
So
in a malicious way, right?
And I remember when this story happened, and the story that actually came out when this happened was, it was Valentine's Day. She was, or he was drunk, that like they got wasted or whatever. It might have been like a text message or something, whatever. He started screaming at her, started getting violent. She ran down into the bathroom, locked the door, hid. Now, the reason she opened up the window is because she was trying to get out
Okay.
of the house and down to the thing, right? Not because she was taking a poo-poo, okay?
No, look, I'm just saying in their story.
In their story, right? The neighbors heard screaming. There has been calls like to their house for domestic issues before.
Right, which
like,
they're just starting to get into in the doc. It's
Yeah.
that there has been calls to the house for domestic things many times before. Now,
the point of all of this to me is with a lot of these docs today, when you stretch them out because you're trying to fill content and get everybody to watch them over and over and over again, it's like making a murder on Netflix.
Right.
You can make it someone who is guilty seem innocent if you want to. If you
Or the other way around.
really hammer a narrative home, yes, or guilty, either way, right? Which the only one who didn't do that for me, which I didn't know, was The Jinx, probably on HBO, where
they didn't make him seem.
Until the end, where it was just like, I fucking did it, and he's taking a piss. Where you were like, whoa! You finally got a real answer. That's what I'm talking about. You finally got a real answer to something. We'll never know about making a murder. We'll never know about the Pistorius thing. But I have my own thoughts, and I think he fucking killed her.
Look, again, like if that's the story that you and your family and your lawyers and everything are saying, like that's just so hard to believe. Like if you told me he was fucking wasted.
Yeah.
And was just like in a daze thinking that there was a fucking intruder and shot her.
Right.
That I could almost believe. And then him crying about that after is like, I can't imagine doing something blackout like that and being like, holy fuck.
Yeah, just
right?
murdered somebody. Yeah.
Which happens. So if you told me that.
What? It happens?
I'm sure
have you
people
murdered somebody? Jessie.
I don't know. I was blacked out. But it happens, right? And that seems like so tragic to me too. Like waking up and being like, "Are you what?"
Yeah.
Not like, "Where did my car? Oh, I lost my phone."
Right.
"Oh, where's my car?
Right.
Where did I park it?
Yeah.
What did I say last night?" No, I fucking murdered. Like you get the text from your friends, "Man, you were crazy last night, dude. You fucking murdered someone, right?" So like that kind of stuff is like, what? And you like don't remember that. I can go with more than this random weird story that they want us to believe, right?
Right.
Do I feel like he's a cold-blooded murderer? That I don't know, but the narrative that they're trying to tell me is just too far from what my mind can, where I can go. Like
right.
That you guys were in bed together and one of you got up to the bathroom and you silently fucking killed each other. One. You know what I mean? Like you silently thought the other one was an intruder. Somebody's fucked up.
Somebody is. I can't wait
drugs.
to get to the end of it, but I highly recommend it on ESPN Plus. If you have it, it is really, really fucking good. And I'm looking forward to the last two parts of Bandy Legs, as Jessie affectionately calls him. Last but not least, we did go to a concert, like I was saying earlier in the episode that we would chat about. And we went to a concert Saturday night with real bands playing on a stage, normal environments, no one wearing masks. And how many people would you say were there?
It was full. It was this place called Nutty Brown, and it was totally full.
It's great.
Yeah.
You had to wear a mask in, and then
when
you
then
were seated.
Bathroom, normal fucking life.
What are we doing?
Nah.
There was like 5,000 people there.
Right.
They were like, "Oh, you got to wear a mask in. As soon as you're in, you can take it right off." I was like, "Oh, so as soon as I get around all the 5,000 people, then I can take my mask off. Or if I have to use the bathroom, then I can put my mask back on." Oh,
yeah.
Okay, great. Yes. But the rest of it, like, we're good, right?
Sure.
That was the first time since all of this has started. I know I talked about going to see that concert in a car thing. We were not in a car. We were in an actual concert venue. Bands playing on stage, no mask. So I put it on my story, and a few people would be like, "Ugh," they text me like super spreader event, and I was like, maybe, don't care. But it was awesome.
It was nice.
Enjoyed my life, and people were dancing, getting fucked up. There was a table full of girls next to us who were one was on the table dancing, and I was like, there we go.
Exactly,
we're back,
baby.
We're back. I had forgotten about COVID for 3 hours that night. I was just like, okay, cool. Rad, man. Until the end, and people are putting their masks back on to walk outside.
Sure, and then you're just like, and we're all like fucked up. So it's like, no, but every security guard is like, mask. We're like, see ya.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, what are you gonna do? Kick me out? I'm fucking leaving.
Deuce McGroose, baby. I'm out of here, but it was awesome, and I hope that becomes the norm and people are able to start playing again.
So at this particular place, they have shows lined up every weekend. Two or three a weekend. So we went to their first like kickoff. So if it was a super spreader, we will not see any more shows there. But if it is relatively fine, they continue. They have plans to Old Medicine Crow.
Yeah.
Old Medicine Show. Who is that?
But Ruben Schneider was like, hey man, was it like Coyote Ugly? No. So it was not indoors. It was outdoors. And I think that is the difference with a lot of the shit that's going on.
Yeah, that's true.
We have a ticketing site, drinkinbrostickets.com. We sell tickets for everything. Concerts, sports, all that other stuff. Sports are opening up at 25% capacity now pretty much everywhere. I've been to a couple UT games here. They lost again this weekend, but I think little by little, slowly, all of this stuff will be opening unless unless Biden gets in there and they shut down the country again. But I mean, I can't. I don't think people can go back at that point. You want to see me burn shit down in a city? I would burn back down if we had to close back down. Probably, I would burn it all to the ground. You know?
Okay.
That would be my final like breaking point for me personally. Of like, you're shutting down. I was just at a concert, a super spreader concert, and we were all fine. We're not shutting down shit anymore.
They would be like, with all due respect, sir.
Yeah.
It's because of you. But no, carry on.
No, but even the waitress, like we had this really nice waitress, and shout out to Jerky Dave, with this guy we were with, makes great beef jerky, Jerky Dave.
I love him.
The best, right? But everywhere he goes, he brings out this jerky and he gives it to everybody to try.
And it's his like cartoon face and body.
It's
like
great.
Glasses and
The
stuff.
whole thing is great. I told him, I was like, dude, just get a fucking mobile site and we could sell the shit out of that. Like, because I eat the fuck out of it. Actually, I ordered a ton of bags for the live show on November 3rd, so you can try it. Because he
called
makes
me
this
today.
sausage. Oh, he did? Great.
Yeah. Said, I want to make you a fresh batch.
Cool.
I was like, okay.
Great.
Come on down.
He makes this sausage that I've never had before, and a jerky. It is fantastic. It will be at the live election show. And with that, he gave some to the waitress. Now, the waitress had to wear a mask, right?
Right.
She took her mask off and had the jerky,
Sure.
and enjoyed her life. And then there was, I ordered a vodka soda. I asked for a lime, and she grabbed one off the plate and squeezed it in my thing. And then she was like, "Oh my God, I am so sorry. You don't know where I've been." And I was like, "I don't care where you've been. So I hope that makes your night a little brighter."
Sure.
And she goes, "Actually, it does. Like, you never know these days." And I'm like, "I know, but I've never subscribed to that bullshit, so feel free. I don't really care." And she was like, "God damn it, that's nice to hear." And I was like, Isn't it? You know?
Right.
I don't want to call myself a hero at the end of today's show, but in a way I am, Jessie.
Sure.
In a way I am a little hero.
And so what made you the hero?
That I'm allowing others around me to live their lives as well. And I'm not going to judge you. You want to squeeze a lime in my drink? Go ahead. Let's face it. I don't know where your hands were before you came to the table.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Could have been a heavy bleeder on some heavy flow down there. And you could have put a tampon in and not wash your hands. I have no idea. Therefore, I don't care. You want to squeeze a lime in my drink? Go ahead. Whatever's going
have asked
on.
how you were
But you did, Jabes. And I'm telling the audience my hero story is I am a hero, Jabes. Mm-hmm. Would you laugh if I wanted to laugh? Would you cry down deep inside? Am I in too deep? Have I lost my mind? That with me tonight. I can be your hero. Yeah, you're welcome. That's what I did. Ross Patterson, number 1. Hero, lover, husband, father, friend, community advisor. Javes.
What?
I give people a voice for the voiceless. Whatever, man. That's what I do. That's what I do in this world. I'm not going to stop. Not going to stop
Lord
being
knows.
me. You know what I'm saying?
Lord knows.
I'm going to continue to give back every day of my life. With every single inch of my body, I'm going to give you back what you need. That's just me, though. You know, I'm a fucking hero on a Monday. Happy Indigenous Peoples Day, everyone. Go out and smoke a peace pipe tonight. Set up the teepee in the backyard and then have your neighbor take it all away from you. You know?
Fun.
Recreate it. That's what you should do. Just go to your neighbor's house. Just say, flip a coin. Heads, Columbus. Tails, well, you're the Indians. And,
Right.
you recreate stealing each other's shit for the night.
Yeah.
And then tear down a statue. If you're out there and you don't like a statue, tear it down. I don't care. Tear down a statue. I'd still like to replace every torn down statue with Guy Fieri, but that's going to have to wait until I'm actually president. And let's face it, I'll be running probably in 10 years.
Yeah.
At this point, I'll be running for president in 10 years. Yeah. Flavor Town, baby.
All tan injected.
Tan injected, everything, dude. All of the steroids.
Vitamin D injection.
things.
Never go outside.
Ever. Never, dude.
Steroids.
Everything, all of the things that
Right.
are out there that the robots have already taken. I want them, Whatever the Rock's taken, I want it. And by the way, he's taking so much heat for that Biden video that he had to come out and like release a statement that he was correct and putting his faith behind a political figure.
Yeah, he lost like 20 million
followers. Yeah. But then he wrote and he goes, just want everyone to know that Time Magazine or whatever magazine was just like, I'm the most followed man on social media. And I appreciate all the bravery for, or the people who wrote that I was brave and a hero for coming out for my comments or whatever. It was like, no, dude, you lost 20 million followers.
Yeah.
You lost England. I think there's 20 million people in England.
Sure.
Made that number up. No, I don't fact check that because I don't know if it's true or not. You just lost England. You lost the country of England. That's how many fucking followers you lost.
It sounded
England.
right.
Sounds
but
great,
then
doesn't
when you
it?
think about it more.
Sounds great. Is it
Yeah, like
England?
when you first say it with confidence like that.
Yeah. You just lost
Yeah,
France.
I believe you. Yeah.
You just lost France, The Rock.
Right.
Overnight, dude. Boom. You lost France.
You're not as far off as you would have thought you were.
What is it?
really?
What is the population of England, Giorgio?
55 million.
55 million.
Okay.
Oh, fuck me.
Yeah, Rostradamus with the ballpark.
Historian.
Yeah,
Oh my God. We're
yeah.
also going to add historian to Ross Patterson. Lover, friend, husband, historian, founder. Whenever somebody writes founder on their bullshit, like Instagram or their business cards, I'm like, founder of what? What the fuck did you find? I hate that phrase, founder. Go under your friend's Instagram. If they have the word founder on there, just say, what did you fucking find?
Right.
You know who found something? Christopher Columbus.
Okay.
Full
We're
circle.
in extra innings now. We got to
Full
go.
circle, James.
We're in extra innings. We have got to go.
C-Town, baby. This one goes out to all the nooner. Yeah, Ross is Jack. Goddamn right, dude. I'm not on steroids, but look, imagine if I added steroids to this. God damn it, I'd rip your face off right through the camera if you're watching live on YouTube. I would. We're gonna give a shout out to the nooners. Christ Party of 12. Christ Party of 12. Your table is ready. We love you guys more than life itself. To you, Jabes, couldn't be any hotter.
Thank you.
Dear God, man. You got like magically tan overnight. You laid out for 15 minutes.
Well, this is why I thought I was Mexican for all that time.
Yeah.
I come by it honestly.
Well, you honestly stole it. But again,
No, my mom looks straight up Mexican.
Right.
We went to the Mexican restaurant. The waiter was speaking Spanish to her only.
Correct. That is true, actually. That's a true thing.
So yeah, they used to think she was the nanny
Yeah.
when we were younger. So yeah, I just tan very easily.
You do. Stolen identity. Let's not forget, people, that we stole this land from another culture today. So I'm going to keep driving that home.
Right.
So, no, go to iTunes, rate the show a 5-star, leave a quick review. It is helping. Keep doing it over and over and over again until we take over the entire planet. Why? It would be awesome on iTunes. What did I name this episode? Happy Indigenous Peoples Whatever. That's the name of this episode. It'd be awesome to see that number 1 on the iTunes charts of like, oh shit, what's that show? What did they name it? Happy Indigenous Peoples Whatever. Oh my, I am enraged. You get no more gravy for your biscuits. What kind of revolution is that? We are going backwards, these misogynists. But at least we're hot,
Right.
Oh, you are at least.
Yep.
You're going to like the way you look. I guarantee it if you're with Jessie Wiseman. For Jessie Wiseman, a.k.a. the Jables, I am Ross Patterson. This is The Revolution. Buenos noches, everyone.
Good night. Be best.